Trump just dropped 15 new travel rules. Number 7 will leave you speechless. Donald Trump has just shocked the world again, this time with 15 powerful new travel rules that could dramatically reshape how people move in and out of the United States. If you think this won't affect you, think again. These changes could hit tourists, students, families, workers, and even U.S. citizens. Some are already quietly being implemented, while others are being promised as day-one priorities. What's the real agenda behind these new travel rules? Are they about safety, or something else entirely? Stay with us, because rule number 7 is the most controversial of all. It's causing global outrage, even from some of Trump's former allies. Let's jump right in. Rule number 1. Reinstating the travel ban. Trump is preparing to revive and expand the travel ban on several Muslim-majority countries, a policy first introduced in 2017. Back then, it faced massive protests, airport chaos, and legal battles. This time, he's promising an even stricter list. Expect countries like Iran, Syria, Yemen, and potentially others to be back on the no-entry list. Supporters argue it's about national security, but opponents call it xenophobic and warn it may strain diplomatic relations. Rule number 2. Mandatory biometric screening for all travelers. Under this plan, everyone, not just visitors, could be scanned when entering or exiting the U.S. Think facial recognition, iris scans, fingerprints, even for returning American citizens. The technology already exists, and airports like Atlanta and Miami have started pilot programs. But critics say it sets a dangerous precedent and erodes privacy rights in the name of surveillance. Rule number 3. Visa fees could skyrocket. Trump wants travelers to pay their fair share. That means huge increases in visa application costs, especially for students, tourists, and temporary workers. For example, a standard tourist visa that now costs around $185 could jump to over $300. For families applying together, that adds up fast, potentially putting U.S. travel out of reach for many middle-income travelers worldwide. Rule number 4. Slashing student visas. Trump argues that international students are taking spots from American students and pose a potential security threat. But let's be honest, U.S. universities depend on foreign students, who bring in over $40 billion annually. If these cuts go through, it's not just students who lose, it's the schools, the economy, and America's global influence. Rule number 5. Blanket bans from high-risk zones. This rule could deny visas or entry from entire regions, even if the traveler has a clean record. It's based on the perceived risk level of the country of origin. Some experts say it's like punishing the innocent for the crimes of the few. Others worry it may strain U.S. relationships with Africa, South Asia, and parts of Latin America. Rule number 6. Location tracking for tourists. This one sounds straight out of a dystopian movie. Trump's team is proposing a system where cell phone data is used to track tourist movement. They say it will help detect overstays. But imagine traveling across the U.S., and every step is monitored. Is this about immigration control, or something far more intrusive? Rule number 7. Reentry restrictions for dual citizens. This rule has stunned people around the world. If you hold dual citizenship with a country deemed hostile or risky, you could be temporarily barred from returning to the U.S., even if you're an American citizen. This opens a massive legal gray area. Can the U.S. really lock out its own citizens based on their other nationality? It's already drawing criticism from immigration lawyers, human rights groups, and international allies. Rule number 8. Extreme vetting of social media and digital history. Trump has long promised extreme vetting, and now it includes deep dives into your online life. Visa applicants may have to submit 5 years of social media history, email addresses, and possibly even browsing habits. Said the wrong thing on Twitter 5 years ago. That could cost you your visa. Digital privacy, as we know it, might be over. Rule number 9. Temporary ban on work visas, H-1B, and more. To put American workers first, Trump wants to pause all work visas, including H-1, be visas used by tech companies, and H-2, be visas for seasonal workers. This could be devastating for industries already facing labor shortages. During Trump's last term, Similar pauses cost the tech sector billions and delayed key projects for major U.S. firms. Rule number 10. Massive border surveillance expansion. Expect a flood of new drones, AI scanners, and 24/7 surveillance at borders, including remote checkpoints. Trump calls it a national defense upgrade, but privacy experts worry it could become a blueprint for surveillance across the country. And guess who's paying for it? Taxpayers. Rule number 11. Entry denials without explanation. One of the more alarming proposals. Immigration officers could deny entry without giving a reason. No appeals. No legal recourse. It puts enormous unchecked power in the hands of individual border agents, and immigrants are terrified. Imagine saving for a trip for years, only to be turned away with no explanation at the gate. Rule number 12. No asylum claims at airports. Under this policy, asylum seekers who arrive at airports, fleeing persecution, could be sent back immediately. This violates decades of international law, and critics call it cruel and inhumane. But Trump says it will end the abuse of the system. Rule number 13. A travel tax for foreign tourists. To help pay for expanded border security, Trump wants to charge tourists a mandatory entry tax, possibly $25 to $50 per person. This would especially target countries that don't reciprocate visa-free travel to the U.S. Critics say it could hurt tourism and unfairly burden travelers from developing countries. Rule number 14. Shorter stay limits for all visitors. Under new rules, tourists and business travelers could see a cap of just 30 to 60 days per visit, with no grace period. Overstay by a day. You could be blacklisted for 3 to 10 years. Even legitimate visitors will have to tread carefully, with no room for emergencies, delayed flights, or medical issues. Rule number 15. Ending birthright tourism. Trump wants to block pregnant foreign nationals from entering the U.S. with the intent of giving birth. Currently, anyone born on U.S. soil is automatically a citizen. Trump argues this policy is exploited, but opponents say the proposal punishes families and may violate the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. These 15 travel rules are not just political talking points. They are serious proposals that could reshape global movement, affect millions of lives, and redefine what it means to visit or live in the United States. So now we ask you, are these policies smart and necessary, or harsh and discriminatory? We want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. Like this video if you learned something new, and make sure you're subscribed for more no-spin travel and policy updates.